Hey guys, Minishcap1 here. If you've been watching this channel, at least for the last few videos, you'll notice that I did some coaching videos. And in that video, or in that set of videos, you probably heard me talking about analyzing your own replays and just how to get valuable information out of the games that you play and try and improve from watching them. So what I'm going to go through in this video is the process that I do in my own games whenever I perform really badly and I want to try and learn from that experience. I'm going to share the process of how I scrub through that footage and get the relevant information while not wasting unnecessary time kind of sorting through the bullshit. So since this game ended up being about 45 minutes long, what I'm going to do is highlight each of my deaths, analyze the situation, decide how I could have played the whole situation better, maybe different micro plays I could have made, decision-making factors, itemization factors, mastery factors, or in factors, anything that I could have done that would help me to have changed the outcome of a death in a situation that ended up being negative. My KDA of this game ended up being 2, 7, and 15. You should never aim to have a 2, 7, and 15 KDA. It's very suboptimal. You can always improve from a game like this, even if you want it, because I did win this game, but I can recognize that it's not a game that I played well. So I want to try and see what I can learn from this game to try and make sure that this doesn't happen again. And if it does happen again, I can try and learn more and hopefully make the situations less bad overall. Just because I'm a singed main doesn't mean that this method of analysis doesn't have its uses in other situations. The way that I do my replay review of myself, you could do with any champion, any role, any class in the entire game. It's not specific to only Singed, which is why I think this is an important methodology for me to share, and hopefully people learn from it. So let's analyze this situation right here at 622. What happens here is I'm pushing the wave into her tower. My plan is to go in the tower and proxy. I have no idea where Rek'Sai is. As you can see, the map is dark. And Syndra also just left mid lane vision. That means I should not be proxying her. I don't know where two people on the map are. I'm very open to dying. And right here, I think Rek'Sai comes over the wall. So right here, I should have ulted instantly instead of waiting till right there to ult, because since I waited, that means that I didn't have my movement speed as soon as I needed it. And it was leaving me more open to being caught by the Rek'Sai flash, left me more open to being caught by a Syndra stun, left me more open to being caught in any situation. Like, no matter what, I was going to die there, right? But if I ulted a little bit earlier, there was a chance that I could have maybe blown more of their summoners, like wasted more of their time. We could have pressured mid lane harder. Kha'Zix could have counter jungled bot side. Like, a lot of things could have happened if I decided to ult earlier there. So let's analyze the situation here at 906. I'm just looking around. I see that Poppy's teleporting bottom. Right there, I cast a TP on the minion. Immediately, they all like just turn on me. I should have probably had my ult running before I go in. But yeah, everyone on the enemy team just groups on me. I end up taking a ton of damage. I kill Thresh with the poison. We end up disengaging. Here, I walk up the river and I attempt to try and like bait them for whatever reason. The bait doesn't work well because they're not going for me. They're just focusing Corki down. And then I get cut off by Syndra because I don't have my ghost up yet. My ult is almost out. My ult is out right here. And Syndra ends up chasing me down. Poppy gets the kill. I should have, ideally, what could we have done there that would have helped make that situation look better and avoid the death? I could have just gotten out a lot earlier. I didn't need to stick around there on such low HP for so long when I didn't have any useful cooldowns. I didn't have my ghost up. I didn't have RG completed. There is no need for me to be there for that long, just standing around doing nothing basically. After I exited with the Thresh kill, I should just ran away. So let's analyze the situation here at 1446. I'm recalling after finishing on jungle camp to finish RG. I buy the RG and I start to teleport bottom because I see Kalista getting ganked. First mistake here is DPing bottom with no ultimate. That means I'm going to get weaker on entry than I should be. Second mistake here is chasing so hard after Ezreal after I'm getting kited by the Thresh ultimate Thresh Fillet. I get my ultimate up late, but you know, I'm just like dead weight at this point. I'm not really doing anything useful. Immediately just get bursted down. I shouldn't have made that teleport. Now, what could we have done to change that situation for the better? That was a lucky kill, by the way, on Ezreal. Probably shouldn't have gotten that kill. He just died to the combination of Blitz getting him low and then my poison last hitting him. So what could we have done to play that situation better? I did not need to teleport while my ultimate was down. Singed is very, very squishy with his ultimate down. Imagine if I had started that teleport with my ultimate down. What would have happened was I would have been able to tank the Thresh a lot better, I would have tanked the Ezreal a lot better, and I would have tanked the Syndra a lot better, and I probably would have not had to die, because I would have had a lot more HP exiting the fight, as opposed to popping my ultimate late, because I didn't have it. Alright, 29-41. What happens here? We're doing Dragon. Poppy runs in. I don't have my ult running yet. I'm taking a lot of damage. Ult's still not running. I'm trying to be greedy with the cooldown. I see Syndra, and I chase her with RG and ultimate. Then right here, I face check in the bush, and I die to Ezreal and her ultimate. So let's think about what happened there. Well, I face checked for one into a bush where I didn't know who all was in there, and second, I'm very squishy because I bought a Leandrius here, and I'm my team's only front line. Think about my team comp. We have Corki, Kha'Zix, Kalista, Blitzcrank. I am the only front line on this team, which means that instead of Leandrius, I probably should have bought maybe Deadman's, or should have bought maybe a GA, maybe bought like a Spirit Visage, maybe bought a Thornmail. But instead I bought a Leandrius because I was being really greedy. So it's not an optimal itemization path. If I was just full tank here, then my team would have benefited a lot more from having the front line, and they would have just been able to unload damage. So let's analyze the situation at 32-10. Right here, we're all posturing to take this bottom inhibitor. Blitzcrank flashes, misses his hook onto Syndra. Syndra flashes away, so her flashes down. Right there, he gets the knockup. So I ult an RG and I go really ham here, but their entire team immediately turns onto me and just completely focuses me down. What I should have done there instead of that was either wait for them to step up and make the mistake, or wait for Blitzcrank to get a hook and then play off of that. But I have to recognize, or I should have recognized, that I'm the only frontline on this team, and because I'm the only frontline, that means that I can't solo tank them. Like, even though I should have been building full tank, I still can't solo tank them. There's no one else to share the frontline damage with me, so that means that I have to play really carefully and play as more of like a healer role instead of a complete like diving tank role. So my next mistake this game was at 34-55. And what ended up happening was I see both teams posturing around Baron, and that means that I'm trying, because bottom inhibitor is exposed, what I'm trying to do is just backdoor this with the new Zz'Rot. New Zz'Rot completely just destroys inhibitors, naked inhibitors, if you put on top of it. So this play right now so far is good. This play gets me and my team the inhibitor. I just put Zz'Rot right on there, that means the bugs will always go right into that inhibitor. But here I decided to teleport in. Now what happens after I teleport in is pretty embarrassing. I just pop absolutely everything that I have, and I just RG as deep as I can and try and go for Ezreal or Syndra. I should have probably backed out earlier there, because again, I'm really squishy because I don't have full tank items. They just burst me down instantly. Ezreal's just destroying me, Syndra's just destroying me, my team doesn't have any other front line, and again, just I'm completely overestimating my tankiness for the items that I have and how the game is shaping up. But I did get the bottom inhibitor with my Zz'Rot, so that is good. What happens here is I see the enemy team doing Baron, 2 of my teammates are dead, and I have to go in and try and stop them, obviously, because that's just the natural reaction. In an ideal situation, I probably should have just let them have Baron. That's a joke, by the way. Probably should have just let them have Baron. Instead, I end up trading my life for absolutely nothing, just dying pretty much for free. Again, they chase me down and kill me, and it's just the same mistake that I've been making this game. Like I said before, what I should have done was just not take that fight at all, and it would have been a lot better for me and my team just to stay alive there, because then they wouldn't have free 40. The enemy team right now has a 40 seconds free to do whatever they want, because I just suicided for absolutely nothing. Like I said, we did end up winning this game, but there was a lot of it was me getting carried. Because I did make a lot of really bad mistakes this game. Hopefully this video kind of illustrated like the thought process that I use personally to analyze my own games and try and learn from them. This game in particular was a really bad one because it was just really obvious mistakes that I really shouldn't be making, but I don't remember the day exactly. Maybe I was tilted, maybe I was just like not paying much attention. Things like that really do matter. Little things matter, and it's really important to just make sure that if you're serious about climbing elo, then you really should take the time out of your day Like, analyze what you're doing wrong, learn from your own mistakes, use any sort of process. It doesn't have to be my process. This is just like me attempting to illustrate how I do it personally. You can do it maybe in your own way, but this is just one way that you can do it, because this doesn't apply only to Singe. This applies to basically any champion, because this is just a general strategy or analytical method that I use to improve. And hopefully you can use this method too. I hope you guys enjoyed this video.